Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel in which I talk about whatever the heck I want. That's basically how this channel has come to be, but it's helpful because I kind of want to make this like my thought diaries in a lot of way for me to be able to talk about my own experiences with different types of crystals as well as just experiences with different parts of life in general. And today we're going to be talking about a crystal. And I'm really excited about this crystal because this is my favorite. So he's not as colorful as some of the other ones I'll show you, but today's crystal that we will be talking about is fluorite. So not fluoride, however fluoride does come from fluorite, so there's that. But this is a beautiful and very unique crystal. It's a crystal that comes in a variety of different colors as well as different shapes, and it's really also very fun. So to give you an idea, this is fluorite in a more raw form, very geometric shaped, very beautiful. And then there's fluorite that can be carved and made into beautiful spheres with different banding of colors throughout it. And then there's also yellow fluorite and blue fluorite. So fluorite, what exactly is it? Well, like I said, fluorite does come from it. In fact, fluorite is part of the chemical makeup of fluoride, so it's really good for your teeth. I'm joking. Here's the thing about fluorite and why I love it so much and why it's one of the crystals that I have so many of. Like, I couldn't grab them all. That's how many I have. I have 3 skulls made out of fluorite. I have 12 of these kinds of different points and the different colors, from the purple to the yellow to the green and the rainbow and the blue, and I love it. And there's a big reason why I love fluorite. Have you ever been stressed or anxious? Have you ever had difficulties in your life? Do you just feel like nothing ever goes right, no matter how hard you try? You need fluorite. Here's the reason why. The colors play a big part into this. And scientifically, we know that colors work. There's something about colors that can be very calming and soothing for us, such as being surrounded by a lot of greenery out in nature can bring a sense of grounding or feeling like you have purpose. It can make you really calmed and relaxed. Blue, which we associate very heavily with water, tends to provide us with that comfort, that soothing relaxation that flowing water provides. It's peaceful, serene, but it also can remind us to let life push us forward, like the waves do, and to continue forward in actions that maybe would be hard for us. Purple is very anxiety reducing. It helps you to be able to focus better and to feel more comfort in those times of difficulty and challenges. Now, for me, fluorite has been huge. Now, I know there's a lot of people who don't believe that crystals have any effect or impact on us, but there is something about them, and maybe it has something to do with the shape. I love just rolling the fluorite crystal ball in my hand, and it becomes a fidget toy in that sense of being able to help me basically rewire and rework my brain away from the anxiety and the depression and the stress, and it helps me to be able to focus more on the things that I need to focus on, like grocery shopping. That's a stressful thing for me. I can't go into grocery stores like I used to. My anxiety has literally blown up because of everything pertaining to the pandemic, but there's also just a lot of major changes happening around us in major ways. People are finally being held accountable for crimes that they've committed, and it's really kind of weird to see this happening. It's a good thing, and it's also really strange at the same time, because the world I grew up with is different from the world that we're living in right now. And that's just how that works. The world will always be changing. It's never going to stay the same. And that's a good thing. So, how do I utilize fluorite? Well, depends. For a lot of people, they like to use fluorite for meditations. For me, I can use it for all kinds of things, like this decorative piece in which it has a wolf snarling in the fluorite. But I love wolves. I have volunteered at wolf refuge a couple of times, and I love working with wolves, so this actually has even more meaning for me because of that. Because of the connection that I could build with the wolves, it just really very much hits my heart a lot closer, because the wolves were also helpful in times of high stress and anxiety. If I was having a really bad day, I typically went to volunteer at the wolf refuge, and I would just spend time cuddling with Comanche, and that was my favorite thing to do. Sadly, life proved that I couldn't just keep volunteering there forever, and now I can't go as much. But I have that piece of fluorite as a reminder of those beautiful times where I was able to find peace and rest when I was dealing with a lot of really difficult and challenging things. So now we're going to go through the different colors of fluorite and how they work in that sense. So let's just start with the big purple guy, because I love purple. Purple is, of course, always associated with helping to ease feelings of depression, stress, and suicide. Now, mind you, I want to just state this. This is not medicine. If you have a chemical imbalance in your brain, please go to a doctor. Please get some therapy, and just know that there are options out there. Please know there are options. There are plenty of amazing people in the medical industry who will help you and who will not push you into having to pay with debt and such. And I'm grateful to those who are like that. I have an amazing doctor that is like that, and you can find those people too. It may take some time, but please know that you do have that access. A crystal can help though. It can. And especially when a lot of these can be fairly cheap. This guy wasn't, I won't deny that, but there are fluorite crystals that are fairly cheap. So if you did want to get one still, as well as the other means of help, please do. For the purple fluorite, for me, it's just a very soothing color to look at. Very calming, very peaceful. One rule of thumb with fluorite though, if you like the colors of them, don't put them out in direct sunlight. Indirect sunlight is fine, or sunlight that they get hit with like maybe an hour a day is perfectly fine, won't cause any problems. However, if you leave these bad boys out in the sunlight every day in direct contact, they will completely go clear. So you will lose the colors of the fluorite. Won't lose the crystal. It'll still be a really cool crystal, but you will lose the color. So if you're in it for the color, no sunlight. You want to take good care of the fluorite. But purple fluorite is very helpful with that. It eases depression and anxiety, and it's very calming and soothing. Other really bonus of fluorite is that it just has that release kind of feeling, where it's like you can look at it when you're having a worrying mind, and it just eases that, and it helps you to start to focus on the real things that you need to focus on and move past all the worries that you're dealing with. Rainbow fluorite. These are some of my favorites because they're so pretty. They have such cool color variations, and they're gorgeous. They're just dang gorgeous. has yellow and purple, blue and green. It also has clear. It's just a beautiful, beautiful crystal. Rainbow fluorite has the benefits of many different areas. It covers, excuse me, it covers your heart chakra with the green, which allows you to be able to ease some random heart palpitations. I don't know about for you, but for me, when my anxiety hits, my heart goes way faster. So sometimes holding this allows the heart rate to slow down, allows me to catch up, breathe, and to focus. The yellow part of the rainbow fluorite is a lot of joy and happiness. Yellow is just a very happy color. It makes you smile. It's why we made the smiley emojis yellow, is because that's a very happy color. And yellow is also just associated with the sun and bringing in light and life and happiness. So it's just a very good and happy color. The purple, again, we went through that. But for me, the combination of all of them allows for there to be a really good balance of just helping you to feel more centered, more at peace, and more at ease with the challenges and things that are happening in your life. Again, with the yellow, it just is a very happy color. It just makes you feel really good and happy. And there goes my voice. And it's just a wonderful little crystal to have. Now the blue fluorites are part of that flow. Just to let life go sometimes. Just let life flow. It's kind of like how I would describe it with the blue. It makes me think of rivers and creeks, in which you're just reminded that life is carving the path that you need. And sometimes it's hard, but it can be well worth it. Now, if you've seen my channel, you do know that I adore crystal skulls to pieces. Crystal skulls are everything to me. I love them to death. They're wonderful and fantastic. They teach you to accept the darker parts of ourselves, which we all have. At some point or another, you might think some really dark stuff, and having a skull to help you understand those thoughts and to be able to let them go and let them move on is very important. That's what skulls do. They help you to acknowledge that, yes, you have this dark thought. Maybe the dark thought is of trampling a coworker at your job so that you can get more money. Maybe the dark thought is that you want to cheat on your partner with somebody that you just saw online. Or maybe even further, the dark thought is just that you want to badmouth somebody online because that would make you feel better. Those thoughts are your shadow self, and acknowledging that you have those thoughts and moving past them is very important. So crystal skulls do that. And then the combination of the fluorite in this skull is, of course, the fact that it helps you to acknowledge that you are still a good person. You could still do good things, even if you have those thoughts. The most important thing is not acting on the dark thoughts. That's most important. Which does lead me into saying this. If you have had thoughts pertaining to really dark stuff of hurting others, and if you support people who encourage those dark thoughts, please rethink and reevaluate and talk to other people outside of that group. I feel like it's so easy to want to get sucked up into groups, and I know it's just a part of our innate nature. We've lived in tribes and villages and groups for so long that now that we're so interspersed and mingled and mixed, it's hard to find those groups again, and we tend to go on extremes. I just want to say this because I feel like this is something that's really important. Don't ever let your thoughts become extremes. Always keep a balance. Try to listen to other people. Ask questions. Don't feel or see yourself as all-knowing. I'm still learning about so much, and I still have a lot to work on, especially when it comes to listening. I need to be listening more and asking more questions. Luckily, my job does allow me to do that a lot of times. I can ask the customers questions, and I can listen to their stories and what they've experienced. And it helps because it keeps a balance of me being able to see their lives and so much more. It used to be in an extreme situation where I had extreme thoughts, and it really sucked when I was trying to go outside of that. I would be shunned. And it was really bizarre to have those experiences. But the one thing that it taught me is that it's important to not go extreme. Always keep your mind open. Realize that we're not all knowing and none of us have any idea about a lot of things. Even experts really are only experts to a point, and they still have more to learn. And I feel like that's what makes being human so great. I want to keep learning, and I want to keep discovering stuff, and I want to keep exploring what I can. I really hope at some point I can go further. But for now, I'm pretty happy where I'm at, and I'm really grateful that I can share some of my feelings about crystals with you who have subscribed. So, I hope you all have a wonderful and fantastic day. I hope that this video's helped you with some insight into fluorite. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.